Man, I'm not sure where to start, but today is the day we're gonna do a build for my Plex server. Okay, I decided that I was gonna go with the Corsair 7000D airflow. This thing is humongous. Previous videos on the channel featured the Razer case. I thought it was a beautiful case. Might go back to that case at some point for one of my kids. I have a kid that's just, oh, he's such a diehard Razer fan. Gotta have Razer this and that. But I need some productivity. So I've got components that were put into that computer that are gonna go into this. What will this be used for? I will use this for editing my videos like this one here. I will use this as my Plex server. This computer is gonna be on pretty much 24/7. And so I'm not the most knowledgeable to Plex, but I've got an understanding to where it meets my needs. And so in this video, I do plan on talking to that a little bit. I'm just so excited to get this thing. It's a big box, man. So I'm gonna get this thing situated, roll my intro. We'll be right back. All right, so to offer up some context, and I did show this particular PC in one of my discussion videos. I actually did a case review because I purchased this case 2 times. I have it in black and then I have a white build also. This is the Corsair 5000D Airflow. This is pretty much the mid size of the series. There's a 4000D, there's a 5000, and then there's a 7000D. So it's a beautiful case. And I like what this case has to offer. This only offers 3 mechanical 3.5-inch bays, which I needed more. So these are the guts that are going to be essentially going into this new build, minus this Corsair power supply. This is going to go back to my white Corsair 5000D airflow case. So got 2 GPUs or 2 capture cards that's going to go in there. One 4K that'll pass through 4K 60, and then capture card secondary that's going to be there for me to have webcam connectivity with a mirrorless camera. Got an 8 terabyte or 12 terabyte. This is where my content comes into play with me storing things. I got this 4 terabyte. This isn't going to be staying there. This is kind of going to be used as just like a downloading drive now. And then I have another 8 terabyte. So there's many more drives to go into this unit. But for me to be able to get 6 drives inside is going to be really helpful, because what I'm end up doing is just doing all 6 at either an 8 to a 16 terabyte capacity, which is going to house my video content for TV shows and also my movie content. So all of this is just for my household. So my ability to not have to pay Netflix, just to kind of control the content that I have in my house. I stream from my smartphones, from my tablet if I'm away from my home, my content directly from this PC. So as I said earlier, it's going to run 100% of the time. We got thermal tape fans that are going to be going inside of this thing. I got 4, 7 here, 9 total. So 2 on top of the 240 millimeter rad. So that's a great option there. Got the MSI combination cooler board, as well as the RTX 3080. So obviously big GPU, can be used to do some mining and such like that too. And like I said, since the computer is going to be on nonstop, probably going to be used to mine also. So going to dabble into that a little bit. So got a lot of crazy guts that's going into the build. So I'm really excited for us to get to this next point. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. All right. You come in here, help me, son. I'll cut it open and then we'll have a safe lift. The unboxing part of this is really probably the most unimportant, but I'm happy to get this thing. Let's see how we want to do this. I probably can put Thor in this, because Thor isn't in anything, is it? All right. All right. Go up with it. Cool. man, this thing is big body. You're good. I appreciate you, man. I would ask that you hold off on the Xbox until I'm done with this. Thanks. Dang, this thing is... Whew. And if you could be so kind, see if you can get that in the garage and maybe you can get Thor in that. Oh, man. Thor is the name of my white case that, believe it or not, had equally the same amount of drives. So why I wanted to get this beats the hell out of me. I just wanted something new. Man, this thing is it's beautiful. Because I actually really like this case a lot. Like the 4000, the 4000 is too small for the type of equipment I like to put into a chassis. But this one, the 5000D, is just absolutely amazing. Oh man, let's tear this thing down. Okay, and I'm loving this. So I'm already seeing some differences between the two. 5000D opens up with 2 screws on the back. Like you take off the screw here and there, and it comes off this way. This guy has the hinges on the back, which is really nice. So this door just kind of closes. Then, like the 5000D, you've got this full door here that just hides all that clutter, and it's magnetic. Very nice. This is awesome, man. This is amazing. This thing comes with 3 140 millimeter fans. God, man, I like this. I like it a lot. This has this nice plush like material. I don't know what to call this, but some cushion there. Probably to make it so obviously you're not destroying the glass, but they got that outfitted on the top and the bottom. You got that glass there to kind of show that PSU. Oh man, this thing is just beautiful. I love this. I have to take this apart just to kind of see, but I'm not doing a full case review. I am marveling a little bit at this thing. It is beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the build done, and then we'll take a look at it and we'll talk about my opinion on it. But I mean, just the massive amount of space that you have with this thing. This is crazy, man. Like, motherboard stops right here. So you've got all this space, dude. Imagine the radiator you can get in here. Crazy. This one fits a 140 millimeter. You can't get a 140 in the rear on the 5000D. And I love the 5000D. It's probably my favorite mid-tower case just because of how much space it gives you. But man, this is great. All right, let's get to building. All right, build complete. Build complete. All right. Good solid look at this thing. 4 fans up front. 2 on the radiator, 1 in the rear. This case can hold 12 fans. So you can technically do 4 120s up front, 4 120s side, 4 120s there also. I'm sorry, 3 120s up top, 1 in the rear, 4 and 4. So total of 12 can be done. But yeah, I think this thing is nice and clean. The Thermaltake power supply has a ring. There's no way to synchronize it to the rest of the configuration, but I got that static green with the Evermedia static green also. GPU has no RGB, but I think the contrast is pretty good, man. I don't think it's too much colors going on with it. Performance obviously pretty good. So, all right, let's get a more technical look into this thing. All right, and with the lights on, just to give you a look, the insides of this thing, nice big case, pretty quiet with all these fans in there. Can't really hear it much. So I just love the aesthetics of that. Let's take a look around here at the back. What they've done is you have the door here, and then you have this door literally comes off, like it slides up, but this is for cable management. Everything was able to get routed in here, so I could do like a zip tie there to force close it, but I think nice and clean. Case does come with a 6-port fan hub. I did not utilize that. This thermal take hub is what I use for these fans. It has one cable that goes into the motherboard, 12 volt, and then you can do up to 9 fans directly to this. And then there are 3 fan connectors that go from this to the motherboard. So that is hooked up. Right now I have a total of 4 mechanical drives inside. I don't have any 2.5-inch solid states there. So I'm using right now 4 SATA connectors, and then I have an M.2 NVMe installed also. So later there'll be more drives put in, but the cable management on this thing is pretty clean. I love this case. 5000D does it great too, so I recommend that. I'll tag it somewhere in this video. There are a lot of openings for like airflow. There's dust filters on the top, on the front, underneath. Yeah, man, it's just a very awesome design. Take this and show it to you guys. It's rather attractive in my opinion, especially with the lights on, but even with those lights out, as I just showed you in the previous clip, I think it looks pretty damn good. Yeah. So I'm gonna get this thing back hooked up, make sure all my drives and everything are working, and show you what my Plex is looking like. Okay, and we are the morning after. So first things first, I use Amazon Fire Sticks in my house. I have various 4K TVs, and they don't all have the same exact operating system. And although I do prefer to have an LG OLED annually, I've pretty much bought one. They all have WebOS, so that's pretty much the same. But when you start venturing off to Samsung TVs, they have a proprietary operating system, Tizen. And then Sony uses a Google Play or an Android TV like base of functionality. And so having different televisions, you know, Vizio has their own proprietary system and so forth, you know, it can be confusing, right? And so because I have small kids in the house, using the Fire Stick on all of the TVs, I've got several of them in the house, one for every single TV. It just makes it so no matter which television a child is going to, they're going to get the same viewing experience. And so Plex is an app that I use within the Fire Stick. So here we are on my 77-inch C1 OLED. I can use the TV remote to function the Fire Stick. And it's pretty much like a Netflix, if you will. So any content that I download, it breaks it down for either my library or what's recommended. So if we just go to my library, and let's say if I'm interested in checking out, I don't know, Dragon Ball Z, which I watched all of them when they originally came out. I've got all of the seasons broken up into like a chronological order, right? From the Z perspective, at least. If I wanted to watch The Exorcist, it's actually a pretty good show. For it to not be like rated R, if you will. So the cool thing about Plex is it breaks it down kind of like in a Netflix, tells you the actors or actresses that were in the show, kind of gives you that theme music as you're watching it, just like a Netflix. I don't know if I wanted to watch, you know, House of Cards, which it's unfortunate what happened with, you know, main actor in here, but I really enjoyed the show. I enjoyed Kevin Spacey as an actor. His acting abilities are pretty nice. Great supporting cast. So yeah, if I wanted to watch any of that, And the cool thing about Plex is, you know, I'm able to watch the content in 4K. I've been binge watching Homeland. I've never gotten past season 3, so kind of rewatching this again, and it's been a great experience. So really nice, animated really well. And I use this platform pretty much on the TVs in my house and also on my my smartphone if I'm away. So same thing with movies. Just kind of want to show like any content that I have downloaded locally on that computer is going to be able to play, and it makes it look attractive. If the content is in 4K, it'll tell you that, as you can see on the right, it's in 4K. So let's see if I can play this. Let me turn this down. I'm not sure if there'll be any copy issues or anything like that, but so if I were to want to just inspect this, it's in 4K. It's streaming at 56 megabytes per second. You know, so I've got gig speeds in my household, pretty good router solution in my household. Just puts me in a great position where I can have multiple streams going simultaneously. Now, the computer build that I have is a bit extreme and not necessary for the way that I use Plex. But like I said, this computer is going to be used for video rendering. I'll try to do some light mining. I'm fresh into that, so going to experiment with that. But again, you get the idea. Wanted to watch Free Guy. I have Free Guy downloaded. I don't know why, but yeah, it's downloading. It's optimizing for 4K. It just works really good, man. It works just like a Netflix, if you will. So if I wanted to just check the quality, just to make sure I was getting best quality, this is streaming at 110 megabytes per second in 4K, and it looks absolutely amazing. So all the audio pack that would be within the movie. So like this movie runs in true 7.1, right? I actually do have a speaker configuration in my home for that. So I'm gonna actually be able to listen to that content in the way that it was intended for me to hear it. So just wanted to give you a rundown to kind of wrap up this video and show you Plex. It's a great platform. I'm an early student to it, and so I've just been loving it, man. So I've gotten rid of my Netflix subscription. I do have Disney Plus, which I'm going to be getting rid of that because I've got pretty much like every single Disney movie, you know, like on my server. And so I'm constantly adding content and backing up the content and so forth. So yeah, man, if you guys have any questions about anything that I've discussed in this video, let me know. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like something about it, feel free to leave me some constructive feedback and I'll be sure to modify. But till next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.